Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is, I think, like my second video, so thanks for coming back if you are coming back, and if you aren't, thanks for watching a new channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. I have some really good ideas for like content and stuff, so stay tuned for those. As you can tell by the title of the video, this is like a story time slash vlog of my trip to South Carolina and Florida. Well, I went to Florida first, but this is my story time about that. It is a little bit longer, so sorry about that. I actually didn't get a lot of vlogging done on the trip because I got sick, which is why I figured I would just do like a story time plus a little bit of the videos and pictures and stuff that I did get from the trip. So let's go. Let's jump into it. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I was going to Florida and South Carolina for my fiance's basic graduation. He's in the military, the Army, so he was in went to basic at Fort Jackson. So we have friends that live in Florida, and so I flew from Idaho, which is where I live, Idaho, I went from Idaho to Texas and then Texas to Florida. I had a 4.5 to 5 hour layover in Texas and then flew from Texas to Florida. And I was in Florida for like 2 or 3 days, and then we drove 8.5 to like 9 hours to Fort Jackson, which is in South Carolina. And then coming home, I went from North Carolina, which I'll explain why later. I went from North Carolina to Arizona, back to Idaho. So that's what we're dealing with in sense of places of going. So I left on a Sunday, January the 19th. So it was a Sunday, and my flight was scheduled to fly out at like 11:30 a.m. and I was landing in Texas, I want to say about like 3-ish, like 2 or 3-ish maybe. So my going through TSA and stuff was like no biggie. Here in Idaho, it was like, it's not that big of an airport. Like there was no rushing, no like nothing happened. Like there's nothing exciting happening here in Idaho. So I got on a plane and I flew to Texas, and I don't travel that much, which is unfortunate because I love traveling, but I don't travel that much, and so I've never been to the Texas airport, and well, this airport, I guess. Let me tell you, it is huge. It was the Dallas Fort Worth, I believe is what it was called, and they were not kidding when they say everything in Texas is bigger, because everything in Texas was so much bigger. I actually got lost on the SkyTrain thing, which was unfortunate, and there was a mishap with my bag. Not my like luggage bag, but like my personal item bag. So I had gotten on the flights they give you like the courtesy drink and like snack, and I didn't drink my soda, so I just stuck it in my bag, not thinking anything of it, which was really stupid of me because it later exploded and soaked through my makeup bag and ruined some of my makeup. Well, not my makeup itself, but like the makeup casings, and so that was pretty upsetting for me, honestly. And so I had to clean all of that up, and that was really all the exciting stuff that happened in Texas. I did get lost on the SkyTrain, but it was just for like 30-ish minutes. I just got confused between the two because there was 2 different ones, and I just got confused between them. So that was all that was there, and then I flew to Florida, and I stayed the night in Florida. I got to Florida at like 11:30 p.m. their time. So They picked me up. My two friends, Sky and Jess, picked me up from the airport. Jess is also from Idaho. Well, we're all from Idaho, but Jess is still, like, currently lives here in Idaho. But she was coming with us, visiting. So, okay, sorry, I had to let my cat in the room. But, so, we all went on this, well, me and Jess flew in. Jess had flown in the day before me, and, yeah, so Jess flew in the day before me, and then, so she flew in Saturday. I got there Sunday at like 11:30 at night. They picked me up. We just went home, kind of hung out for a little bit, and then hit the hay. Monday, we went to the beach. Sky took Jess and I to the beach because I've never been to that beach. I've only been to like the Oregon coast and stuff. And so she took us to the beach, and I have like a collage that, like, in the vlog section that you'll see where we're actually at the beach. The sand was so white, and it squeaked when you walked, if you walked just the right way, so that was really cool. Oh my gosh, my cat is making so much noise right now. Anyways, so that was our time at the beach, and yeah, and then that same day, Monday, Sky actually had to work, so after she took us to the beach, she went to work, and then Tyson, which is Sky's husband, took us to Walmart so we could get some stuff for the drive. And then that was really it for Monday. It was nothing really exciting, but Tuesday we woke up and we started a very long car ride that I actually ended up sleeping the entire time, basically, because I was sick. I had woken up Monday morning with a cough, and I was like, oh no. I had already had like small like body aches, and I was like, oh, I just overdid it doing whatever it was I was doing. Didn't think anything of it. And then Tuesday I woke up and I was like, oh boy, what a trip this is gonna be. So I took some Dramamine. I was drinking lots of water and vitamin water, staying hydrated, trying to keep myself preoccupied, which is why I ended up sleeping most of the entire drive, which was really nice. But I ended up sleeping the wrong way and hurting my lower back. It was awful. So we drove from Florida we went through Alabama, Georgia, and then obviously got to South Carolina. And when we got to South Carolina, into Columbia, Jess and I actually got a rental car because we didn't want to inconvenience Scott or Tyson because they still had to drive back for work, and we obviously did not. Jess and I didn't have to drive. Well, we did, but different places we were going. There we go. So we got into South Carolina on Tuesday, and Wednesday was family day. Like I said, I had slept wrong in the car, and my back was in a lot of pain. I was like almost in tears. So when we got to the hotel, I just took a hot shower / like bath, and was like, hopefully this will help. It'll make me feel better. And it kind of did. Not really. But so I went to sleep. Then we woke up Wednesday morning for family day. For those of you that don't know anything about the military or how basic training works, after you finish your 10 weeks of basic, you have a family day. You have a family day and graduation day, which are 2 separate days. You have family day and then graduation. So on family day, the soldier in training is not allowed to leave post at all. Under no circumstances are they allowed to leave. But on family day, they can. So on family day, we sat through their ceremony and stuff. I didn't get any pictures or videos, unfortunately, of that itself, but I did get pictures afterwards that you can see during like the vlog portion that I'll put in. So family day, we just went bowling there on base and had a really good time bowling and just hanging out with Tucker and Jess and Sky and Tuck's parents and stuff. And we went and Tuck had ordered a picture of us, so we had to go get our picture taken at the PX. So while we were there, we got some cold medicine because I was starting to get worse. We went to the PX to get our picture taken. We got some cold medicine because I was getting significantly worse. I did not have a voice. I was coughing a lot, very bad. It was not good. So that's what we did on family day. And then on graduation day, we shot through his ceremony of graduating and stuff. Again, I didn't get any pictures. Sorry, my cat is, I don't know what he's doing. I didn't get any pictures or videos of the actual ceremony itself, but I did get pictures afterwards that, again, I'll just post in the video vlog. So after graduation, we went down onto the field, got some pictures taken there, and then we went back to Tuck's barracks and got all of his bags and stuff because his parents were transporting him to AIT. They had the option, well, the trainee has the option to either ride with immediate family or be transported by the military, and he rode with his parents. So he got to leave basically right after graduation, which is kind of what we did. So after graduation, we went to the barracks, got all of his bags, put them in the car, then we went off post, got some lunch, and then we still had to go back onto post and go to the PX to get our picture that we had taken the day before. And while we were there getting the picture, like the actual physical copy, Tuck's mom was like, "Oh, I want a picture of you in your dress blues," which was fine. But Tuck's mom and dad ended up standing in line for like 3.5 to 4 hours. And Tuck and I and everybody else was in the car, and I ended up taking a nap on Tuck's shoulder in the car because I was tired and not feeling very well, obviously. Yeah, so after we got his picture and stuff taken of just him and all that, we went to a mall, and it was a really sketchy mall, honestly, but we walked around the mall, and then we had to say goodbye. Tuck and I did again, which was really unfortunate and very sad because I could not go with them because I was flying out of North Carolina that next day, and Tuck and his parents were staying in a hotel in, is it someplace in Georgia? It starts with an A, not Atlanta. I don't remember what it was, but they were staying there on Thursday night and then dropping him off Friday evening before his report time. So there was just no way I could go because I had to catch my flight on Friday at like 2:30, I think is when I had to fly out. So Tuck and I had to say our goodbyes on Thursday night, which was very sad. There'll be pictures of that in the vlog thing. So we said our goodbyes, and then we went back to the hotel. Me, Sky, Tyson, and Jess all went back to the hotel, and I was still sick, obviously. And I don't know if I said this, but I had thrown up Thursday morning, so not a good time there. But we went back to the hotel. I went straight to bed. Well, I packed my stuff up and then went to bed. And then we woke up Friday morning, finished packing stuff, took everything out of the cars, and Jess and I parted ways with Tyson and Sky. And Sky and Tyson went home, and Jess and I went to North Carolina so I could catch my flight. Jess was staying a little bit longer to hang out with some of her friends that actually live over there. So that was really cool for her. So she dropped me off at the airport, and it was only like an 1.5-hour drive, but I slept because, like I said, I was sick and not feeling very good. Jess actually got me addicted to this drink. It's a guava white tea iced with sweetener. Really good. We got it on the way to North Carolina that day. But so she dropped me off at the airport. I went through TSA and all that stuff. Everything was fine. Wasn't feeling too hot, like sick wise, but you know, just like pushed through. So I left North Carolina and was on my flight to Arizona. And while in Arizona is when things kind of went downhill, like plummeted straight down. I got off the flight and I was like, wow, I really don't feel good. And so I was like, maybe I just need something to eat. So I went and I got something to eat. I don't remember what. I just remember getting something to eat. And then I was like, okay, like, what am I gonna do now? Because I had this long layover. It was like 4.5, 5 hours, I don't know, something like that. And I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do now? So I just sat there at my terminal. And then I was like, okay, I like a drink. So on the American Airlines app, which is who I was flying through, you can like look at the places like in the terminals near you. And so I found a Starbucks, but what I didn't realize is that it was not in my terminal. So I had to leave my terminal, which I didn't know I was gonna have to do until I started walking, and then I was like already out of my terminal, and I was like, oh. And what I also didn't know, since like I said before, I don't travel that much, is that each terminal has their own TSA. Didn't know that until it was too late, basically. So I had walked through outside of my terminal, and I went and got Starbucks, and then I was like, when I was at Starbucks, that's when I realized that there was TSA. Like, I had to go through TSA again, and I was like, great. So I could bring my food through the TSA, but I couldn't bring my drink. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? So I just sat there. Luckily, I had this long layover, so I just sat there and drank my drink. Just drank my drink and ate my food, my little sandwich, which was absolutely disgusting, by the way. I don't even know what it was, but it was gross. And then went back through TSA, and while I'm going through TSA, Tuck tries to call me, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I get through TSA, and I call him back, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and then I explained everything that had just happened or whatever, and so then I get through TSA, and I start walking, and I was like, wow, I really, like, don't feel good at all. And so while I'm on the phone with Tuck, I just casually walk to the bathroom and throw up in the toilet. And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just throwing up and don't feel too high. I'm absolutely miserable. And then, so we were on the phone for a little bit while I was throwing up. And then he had to go. So we hung up, and about that time was when it was time for me to get on my flight to finally come home, because I really wanted to sleep in my own bed. So I get on this plane, and I'm sitting there, and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden things are not fine. I start to get sick on the plane. Luckily I made it to the bathroom, but I was still getting sick on the plane. The flight attendants were super nice, so they were like, do you need anything? They like set me up, like set me a spot in the back of the plane and like let me sit down and drink some Sprite or ginger ale, or I don't even know, Sierra Mist, whatever the heck it was. And gave me some extra like cookie cracker things, and I was like, wow, this is so sweet. And then landed in Idaho, and then went back to my dad's house and slept there because it was so late. I landed in Idaho at like midnight, basically. And so I spent the night at my dad's house that night because they picked me up from the airport. And then I came home to my house, my mom's house, Saturday, and was absolutely miserable still. But so that's like the story time portion, I guess. Nothing really exciting, like I said. I'm sorry about that. But now I will insert the little vlog videos, pictures of my trip. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. Getting ready to leave for the airport. Dad, are you excited to take me to the airport?
Sure.
Right over the week, and I have a window seat with lots of room. Have landed in Texas. I have landed in Texas, and I'm currently walking to my next gate. I have a 5-hour layover, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get something to eat and probably some Sudoku. Because I read a Sudoku book. So that's that. So just a quick update. I had to take this little like sky, what's it called, like a skyline? Sorry, a skyline. Maybe it's up there. And I got lost on it. And now I know where I am. I found my place, and I'm gonna get some Wingstop. I have landed in Florida, and I just went to the bathroom, and now I'm trying to find baggage claim so I can get my bag and see my besties. This airport is huge and it smells freshly clean, so it smells really good. I like it. I faced my camera the right way. See? Well, are you good?
Did you record it?
Yeah, that's what I just said. I faced mine the right way.
It's really nice. Like you can just chill in the water for like ever.
We're at the beach. You can't see the beach.
Is it like a warmer water when it's? You can get in it when it's like.
Sweet home Alabama. Okay, so that was my trip. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you know whenever I post a new video. I haven't decided like a schedule for days I'm going to post yet, but I'm trying to work something out with my school schedule. So, stay tuned. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Comment, tell me some content you guys want to see, and stay tuned for my next video because it's gonna be a good one. It's wedding stuff. So bye.